Nawat Kul Raptan Arak. Pong. As. Pong Zathorn. Pong. Owner of a hotel. He returns from abroad under a new identity, after being presumed dead in a car crash with both his parents when he was a teenager. He travels to Thailand on a mission to learn the truth about his parents' deaths, because, before his father died, he told him that the car crash was planned and not an accident. He runs into his ex-girlfriend, Maytini, but conceals his true identity from her. He still resents her for abruptly leaving him to pursue a career in the entertainment industry. In each encounter with her, he purposefully provokes her and leaves hints that remind her of the guy she dumped in the past. He resents her for leaving him for fame at first, but he is moved when he learns that she has never forgotten him after all these years. He begins to sympathize with her because she is constantly attacked by people who dislike her, and also has to deal with her greedy and indebted mother. He helps her when she gets into trouble and protects her from being harmed and discreet. After risking his life to save Maytini from her adversary, he decides to reveal his true identity to her and vows to protect her from then onwards. Because Maytini's enemy has also become his, he decides to deal with him by joining forces with another person whom he is investigating on. Meanwhile, he tries to win Maytini back because she begins to avoid him for fear of endangering him. His foster father, who is opposed to him becoming involved with Maytini, attempts to thwart his efforts to protect her. In his quest to fight Maytini's enemy, he discovers the truth, and the person responsible for his parents' deaths as well as being deceived by someone close to him. Sammy Punthita Kowal. As. Maytini. Model, actress. She was forced to leave the guy she loved, Pong, to join the entertainment industry when she was a teenager by her mother. When Pong went abroad, she was forced by her mother to break up with him. She rose to fame as an actress and model, but due to her mother's interference in her work, she lost her reputation and jobs. She is being used by her mother to earn money, to fund her lavish lifestyle and gambling additions. Regardless, she tries to tolerate her because she loves her. She has carried the guilt of indirectly causing Pong's death since she left him for fame, and still misses him after all these years. She meets Pong in his hotel, in an awkward situation planned by him, and has been at odds with him ever since. She is intrigued by Pong's true identity, which he continues to hint to her, because she never expected Pong to be alive. As a celebrity, she is constantly being targeted by various people who dislike her and her mother. When her mother's offer of her to an influential politician, Pong, fails to materialize, he becomes enraged and begins to cause problems for her. Her aunt, who has always been at odds with her mother, frequently attempts to smear her reputation in retaliation. While a hotel owner who is jealous of her proximity to the man she likes, is also attempting to harm her public reputation. Pong eventually reveals his real identity to her, and she is pleased to rekindle their long-lost relationship, much to her mother's objection. At the same time, Phoebe continues to harass and threaten her, but she is saved by Pong. She doesn't want Pong to become involved in her personal feud with Phoebe, which could jeopardize his life. She starts to avoid Pong, and marries Song Yat in order to make Pong forget her. Ravi Turnwong. As. Song Yat. Hotel senior executive, admires Maytini. He is close to and likes Maytini, but she only regards him as her best friend. He is always by Maytini's side when she is having problems or is in trouble. His close relationship with Maytini arouses the jealousy of his boss, Wei Pan, who regards him as her boyfriend. Wao Ufan, who has given him shares in her hotel, ties a leash around his neck with them. His constant proximity to Maytini prompts Wei Pan to retaliate against her by attempting to tarnish her already tarnished image even further. Tritark. Rakhandi. Boom. As. Manthana. Mother of Maytini and Jane. She is Maytini's selfish, greedy, and gambling addict mother. Her sister-in-law, Phan Rao, is at odds with her because she accuses her of adultery behind her husband's back, which resulted in the birth of Maytini, who does not look like a Thai. She was having an affair with Puramet, the father of her daughter's boyfriend, at the same time. As a result, Puramet's sister, Parisa, and an influential minister despise her. She forced Maytini to enter show business, where she later rose to prominence, and exploits her for money. She not only lives off her daughter's earnings, but she also interferes with her career. She accepts jobs for her without consulting her and frequently has disagreements with producers, resulting in her daughter's poor reputation and eventually less job offers. With Mitini getting less jobs, she attempts to sell Mitini to an influential politician, Phoebe, not only for monetary gains but also in the hope of having him as her son-in-law. Her plan backfires when Mitini refuses to follow her instructions, making her and Mitini, Phoebe's enemies. Her selfishness and harsh treatment of Mitini since she was young, led Mitini to believe that her mother has never loved her, and only exploits her to earn money. She is pleased when her daughter begins dating the wealthy Pong, but when she learns of Pong's true identity, she objects because she blames Pong's family for her misery. Pitsanu Nimsahul Boy as Phoebe, a wealthy politician. He is a shady politician who adores Mitini and uses her avaricious mother to bring her to him. When her plans fail, he becomes enraged and begins to make life difficult for both Mitini and her mother. When he discovers that Mitini is the woman of Pong, the man who tarnishes his reputation for prostitution and drug use, he becomes even more eager to sleep with Mitini in order to retaliate against Pong. Politically, he is the subordinate of Parisa, the leader of his political party. He is plotting a split within her party and intends to persuade some of her supporters to defect to a new one, which he intends to form. When Parisa discovers his plan, his relationship with him shifts from political ally to political foe. Sitha Sapanushart Ayang as Dr. for Pong, stepbrother of Pong. Like Pong, he and his sister, Fa, were also adopted by their foster father whom they address as Daddy. He overheard Pong's conversation with his daddy when he was a little and is aware of Pong's real identity which he keeps hidden even from Pong. He is introduced to Mitini by his sister, who invites Mitini to assist her in a school event. Noticing that Pong does not treat Mitini well at first, he pretends to love her in order to arouse Pong's jealousy. Ahasiri Nitibhan as Parisa, leader of a political party, a minister, and of Pong. She used to work as the secretary to her politician brother, Puramet. Pong believes she planned to assassinate Puramet after he learned of her corrupt activities, which resulted in the death of his family in a planned car crash. However, unbeknownst to her, her nephew, Pong survived the crash. She rose quickly through the political ranks, eventually becoming the powerful leader of a political party and a minister. She is still unaware of Pong's true identity and is enraged when she discovers he is spying on her, vowing to retaliate against him and the woman he loves, Mitini. Simultaneously, she is furious after learning that her subordinate, Phoebe, is planning to take some of her party members to a new political party and plots to get rid of him. Katriya English as Waufan, hotel owner, girlfriend of Song Yat. She owns a hotel chain and is fond of her senior executive, Song Yat. She got her father to give Song Yat some of her hotel shares to ensure he is always by her side. Although she loves Song Yat, she does not appreciate him and regards him as someone who is dependent on her. Song Yat on the other hand has never considered her as his girlfriend because he is more fond of Mitini. She is envious of Song Yat's close relationship with Mitini and conspires with her aunt to bring her down. Panada Wang Fudi Boom as Fondao and of Mitini and Jane. She runs a popular online celebrity gossip page. She has had a strained relationship with Mitini's mother, Manthana, since Mitini was a child. She accused Manthana of cheating behind her husband's back, and Mitini is not the biological daughter of her brother as Mitini looks like a Thai foreigner mix. She and Manthana are still at odds after all these years. Her encounters with Manthana always end in arguments and fights due to her provocative demeanor combined with Manthana's short temper. To exact revenge on Manthana, she exploits her greed and gambling addiction, which has left Manthana deeply in debt. Furthermore, she smears her niece, Mitini's reputation on social media, causing her to lose jobs. She loves Phoebe, a wealthy and powerful politician, but he chooses Mitini over her, making her hate Mitini and her family even more. Nichapalak Thonkam Lily as Chen Sura Chen, younger sister of Mitini. She is Mitini's obedient, innocent sister. She sells cakes online. Her mother, Manthana, looks down on her because she lacks beauty, talent, and the ability to earn a lot of money. Her aunt, Fanao, who has always despised her mother and Mitini, attempts to exploit her against Mitini. Fanao encourages her to prove to her mother that she is not a loser as she perceives her. She gets her an acting offer, using her connection, in the hope the two sisters will compete against each other. Antoine Pinto as J. Assistant Combe bodyguard of Bong. Kamarit Soon Thornand as Pluuak, gay manager of Mitini who does not mince words with her mother. Pani Sarah Rikal Sarakan Care as Wan Lapa, foster sister of Bong. Sonia Kunahorn as Lupin, foster father of Pong, Dr. Fawn, Wan Lapa. He saved Pong's life at the scene of a car crash that killed Pong's parents, and raised Pong as if he were his own son. He also raised another foster son, Dr. Fawn, and a foster daughter, Wan Lapa, in addition to Pong. He changed Pong's name from his original name, Park, to conceal his identity because everyone assumed Pong was dead. When Pong returns to Thailand to learn the truth about his parents' deaths, he objects to Pong being close to Mitini, fearing that his true identity will be revealed. Tigger Ashiratario as Pong, also known as Park. The young Pong. He was in love with Mitini, but her mother forbade him from contacting her. His parents were also against his relationship with Mitini, because of her mother's background as a bar singer and her avaricious and alcoholic behavior. He went abroad with his parents, and while studying there, he received a letter from Mitini informing him that she was going into show business, and he hasn't heard from her since. He was devastated after reading Mitini's letter and fell sick. While his parents were driving him to the hospital, their car crashed. Before his father died, he managed to tell him the crash was an accident. He was saved by his foster father, Lupinity crash scene, who adopted him as his son. As he had overheard his father warning his aunt, Paris, over her corrupt practices, before he left abroad, he strongly believed that Parisa was responsible for his father's death. Jenna Salanrat as Mitini. As a young Mitini, she was always mistreated by her mother after her father died of illness when she was a child. Her mother also prohibited her from having a romantic relationship with Bong. Due to her non-Thai appearance, both she and her mother were disliked by her father's sister, Fanao, who accused her mother of cheating with a foreigner behind her brother's back. At her mother's insistence, she entered show business at a young age and was forced to earn money for her mother. Her mother also forced her to write a letter to Pong, breaking up with him, which caused Pong to resent her for abandoning him for fame. Anand Semathong Own as Sanyan. Manthana's friend who introduces her to shady investments, loan sharks, and also acts as pimp for Mitini. Jerapong Klue Mahangam as Peck, an international superstar and a close ex-co-star of Mitini who betrays her. Lurwith Sang Sith as accomplice of Parisa.